Good afternoon, guys. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Wednesday, August the 29th. And I've got a couple things up here. I always like to start with the S&P and take a look at where we went today. And today was straight up. Let me pull this down. Matter of fact, I've got the ticks up here. Nothing too out of the ordinary there, but on the S&P itself, we came out of the gate this morning really kind of chopping sideways. In a lot of cases, see, this is 9:30 here, we open 8:30, so the first hour we're not going anywhere, and then all of a sudden we start going straight up. And this is on, I don't know what caused that specifically, but I think it was the Canada talks in the trade agreement, which was first started on Monday by Mexico getting traction with trade negotiations and so forth. So we rally up here and we come up here 29.15, which is new all-time high, and then we take that out right near the close, and then we fade a little bit in the close. But basically this has been nothing but bullish for the last since Monday. But what's more interesting, let's check this out. If we look now, this is a 10-day chart, right? So in 10 days we've gone from basically 2800 to 2916, so that's about 116 points pretty much straight up. And what's even more interesting, if you take out this day, which is flat, that day's flat, that day's flat, that day's kind of flat, there's a little up there, but if you take out the days that were flat, basically we've gone 116 points in roughly about 6 days, 6 trading days. Crazy move higher. So what does that mean? Well, on the S&P, it's obviously bullish. We have, if you are a technical person as far as charting and so forth, Fibonacci levels, voodoo lines, all that kind of stuff, even moving averages. We've just kind of blown through all the resistance on the top end easily, sliced through all that stuff, and which is super bullish. But at the same time, we're getting very extended here, and could pull back. Now, on a market like this, what you don't want to do is to go in and start shorting this market, right? But at the same time, I'm having a really hard time buying this market. Let's go to 20 days out. So there's 20 days, and notice, and again, this is the S&P. Notice that's 2802. That's 2796. Do we come back down here? I don't know. But we have to remember that we're in a very news-driven market. This is almost like a frenzy with the Mexican tariff talk and NAFTA and so forth. Because people, I think, are factoring in, well, if we can get an agreement with Mexico, if we can get an agreement with Canada, then surely we can get an agreement with China. And I don't know that that's the case. It might be. If that turns out to be the case, expect more upside. But I think that might take a lot longer, and I think people are going to get tired of pushing this thing higher in anticipation of that. China's a much bigger trade partner, so that's much more important than than Mexico and Canada. But it's it's good. We're pointing in the right direction. So if we look at this, and I'm just drawing a crude channel here, we've kind of bounced in and out of this channel, and we've broken through the upside. I always say reversion to the mean is a real thing, so expect this thing at some point to come back down here before consolidating, and then maybe we do continue higher. We're already probably, it's funny, earlier in the year, or at the end of last year, first of this year, I was seeing all kind of crazy numbers. Everybody has a prediction for the end of the year, and I saw 3,500 and 4,500, crazy numbers. And then when we did all that crazy correction in February, March, April, I saw numbers as low as like 2,200, 2,500. I'm seeing a lot more 2750, 2650, kind of much lower numbers. And then I am seeing some, 3000, 2950, so forth. So bottom line, nobody knows, right? And you could make an argument for either case. The S&P's trading at 25 times earnings now. Historic's about 15. We're a little frothy there. Does that mean we can't continue to go up? No, not at all. But we got the Fed with a rate decision, coming up September, most likely. We've got the question with China if we do get anything done there or not. But when I look at this again, it's positive, it's bullish. I'm bullish. We're above all the moving averages. Everything looks great. I'm just saying we're kind of extended here. And if you have profit in things that are very sensitive to the market, I would be taking profit and trying to raise a little cash here. Again, not trying to get short, just the prudent thing is to take some chips off the table, right, when you've got some winners. And I think we all have winners right now because everything has gone straight up. So the other thing is the Nasdaq. Today the Nasdaq went up pretty dramatically. The S&P was only up 16, and I say only, quote unquote. The Nasdaq was up 94, 95 points. Huge. Look at this, almost vertical right there. And we got some big upgrades in Google and Amazon today. And I will say this, I think the large cap or a lot of the tech may not have as much exposure to China and tariffs, and they may be able to keep going. A lot has direct exposure there, but a lot of it does not. So I think the Nasdaq is the same way. It's very extended. It could have a little more to run, but it needs to I'm having a hard time buying it here. And I'm sure you guys saw Amazon today. Amazon was up 65 points sitting right at 2,000. Crazy. And I love Amazon, but I'm not a buyer here. Don't want to short it, but I guess you can tell from my recurring theme that I would rather sit on cash and wait, because one of these pullbacks is coming sooner or later. I don't know if it's in the next couple days, couple of weeks, couple of months, and I will use that as a buying opportunity. So just try to raise a little cash and be nimble and be ready for it. So hope that makes sense and helps. I don't have any specific trade setups because I'm not really trying to enter new trades as much right now. But again, I hope this helps, and I will see you guys at the next update. So thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.